So we're going to continue our game. Because this was a run that we had yesterday. That's a funny place to load us in. Oh. Well, interesting. That's not where I expected us to spawn us in, but that's fine. So this is a game about climbing mountains, and a run of this game is 3 peaks. Peak number 1, peak number 2, and peak number 3. We've done the first 2 peaks on this run, and we're starting peak number 3. I started this run last night at 11 o'clock in the morning, and it was like 1:30, or getting close to 1:30 when I finished this run. So we're gonna see if we can beat the game. You are exhausted and can barely keep your footing. You reach a large cauldron-shaped depression in the rock. The wind blasts through a gash in the jagged stone and seeps through your clothing. The terrain slopes sharply upward before you. The peak above it, veiled in clouds, you slump down on the spot. It's not ideal, but it's the best you can do. You're actually getting ready for work? Probably. So we completed peak 1, peak 2. We've gained overconfidence and exhausted, which is awful. But now we're going to do Mountain 3. So if you're sticking around for something a little bit different, can I get a big round of beers? Okay, so we got 3 different route options. Route 1, eerie surroundings. Shadows and noises follow you on this route. Very rough terrain. This route is hard to overcome. Heavy blizzard. Yikes. Very cold nights. Very severe storms and very thin air. I think I'm going to do Route 2 because we are good at nights. Have I surmounted the sirloin? Trying to think of what that would define.
Pizza dinner, D-I-Z-Z-A pinner.
D-I-Z-Z-A pinner. Pinner yourself. Thank you very much for that subscription for 47 months. You ordered pizza? Good shit. Chat, can I get a big round of beers for Squug and his pizza? Thank you very much for sticking around and supporting the channel this long, man. Means a lot. Seriously. Thanks for being a friend. Mountain casts a long shadow over the land. You hear a distant rumbling as the mountain is trying to warn you and not keep going. You know the final summit will be the greatest test you've ever faced. But you are ready, and you can't back down now. Not after everything you've sacrificed. Like my fingers? All right, so we got to get up to that. So this is the game. We got to get up to that. We are this person. We can take whatever route we can sort and figure out. But it's gonna be a grind, I think. We're at 3,680 meters. We have oxygen. We have body temperature. We have sanity and energy. We're level 14. We do actually have perks and stuff. We got most of our health. In our inventory, we have a tent with 1 use left because they're 3-use tents. We have canned food and hot tea. Several different kinds of gloves. Although currently it's not super cold. So I'm going to put on my high efficiency climbing gloves. Actually, I'm also going to get rid of these climbing gloves because they're just not as good as the other ones. So there's no reason to keep them. Let's sort the inventory a little bit. There isn't a lot of snow down here, so I'm just going to put on the hiking boots. I think we're going to go to that and then up to there. And there we go. Yeah, everything is randomly generated. Or rather, all of the layouts are randomly generated. I mean, like, the visuals of them, like, the tile sets are the same, but they are significantly more difficult. It's just like a World 1, World 2, World 3 with a big boost in between. But yeah, from one run to the next, they are indeed randomly generated. Okay, is there a way that I can get around the risky spots? Let's just dash. But yeah, visually Route, the debuffs that you can get on the different areas change on Route 1, Route 2, Route 3. But there's a difficulty that you start at the beginning. So, and there's 3 different classes and, you know, unlockable difficulty levels. There's actually quite a lot to this thing. Although there are, like, I do have some complaints about it. Like, it's a little bit slow in places. Like, I kind of wish that it was a little bit more interactive. Like, I wish that I was doing more, and I wish it communicated some information a little bit better. But, like, it's such a unique thing. Like, I've never played a game like this before that it's kind of cool. I don't know. A swarm of flies hovers above a trench, and their buzzing sounds unusually loud. And it's strange. Your heart's pounding, and you peer over the edge of the trench. At the bottom of a pile, you see human corpses intertwined in their faces covered in black spots. Examine the corpses. Keep distance from the air. Examine the corpses. I'll lose some sanity. That's fine. What do I get? An oxygen tank. That's important. I'm not worrying too much about that. Crampons. Ooh. That's really useful for when we hit ice. That's really, really, really nice. Let's go to that chest. Hey, Nix. How you do? Climb up and find a rickety deer stand. Stop to rest. Shelter from the elements. Take some of the meat and leave a gift. So that'll... I'll just eat some of the meat. It's a shit ton of energy. Worth it. I want to go for this, but that's oof. That, or I could just go up to there. But I kind of don't want to go that route. Like, is there any way down that without going over that? I don't think so. So I guess we just have to go over that. Forces of nature are pretty. Oh, hell yeah. Take the slightly safer route for less energy. Working our way up to that. I think we'll just go down to there. But we're about to hit nighttime. But fortunately, we have tons of energy. Most of our sanity. So I am losing some temperature. I can swap out my gloves. Is there any other way up that? No, it's basically just up and over that. Don't really have an option there. Let's go up to that. Actually, hold up. Stop. Go there. Take a little longer. We'll use less energy. And I won't have to spend as much time in the danger zone. See, there you go. Still had a problem anyway. You hear a couple of loose stones rolling out from under you. And I lose some HP. Cool. At least there's plenty of good events on this side. You lean back against a rock face, and a distant melody reaches your ear. Gives me a lot of sanity back. It's the mountain being weird. Because this game, the lore, I guess, of this game is this mountain is on an island that was previously undiscovered. I kind of wish they were just like, yo, guys, it's Mount Everest. Because people die on Mount Everest all the time, and there's plenty of like psychological reasons why the routes would change and whatnot, but what are we surmounting? That. I need to get to the top of that mountain. This is the final peak for the first mountain in the game. I could actually climb down there and sleep, potentially. An old woman in a crooked hut. She wears a friendly, toothless smile and motions to you. I can either gain warmth, which I don't need, or health, so I guess we'll gain health. Could go down there and rest, which is kind of a waste of time. But maybe I can get something decent out of it. Enter a cave. I'm just going to lie down and sleep. Sleep long. Push everything up to the maximum. There's a lot of trash on this mountain. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of... I've been rolling my eyes at the lore of this thing. Like, I don't know. I'm having a hard time suspending my disbelief for it, I guess. Is the best way to put it. Or wait, are you talking about Mount Everest? Yeah, no, there's tons of crap on there. So we just gained a sprained ankle, which is a lot more energy cost. Let's see if this is worth it, though. Herbs. I mean, I have plenty of herbs, and they give some sanity back in exchange for HP. Not exactly what I would describe as worth it. All right, what's the safest route out of here? Actually, hold up. Let's just do that. I actually don't want to go down. I want to go up to that one. Actually, wait, is there anywhere for me to go from there? Nope. That's a lot of risk. And there we go again. Fortunately, it's just lose some HP, meaning I lost everything that I gained from grabbing that chest, but that's okay. Need some ice. These crampons are worth it. There's ice up there. But yeah, no, this is Unnamed Fantasy Mountain. That has weird ghosts and shit on it. So that's what we are mounting. Or surmounting. But I've really been enjoying this game. Kind of more than I expected to, actually. Like, I do have a lot of, like, small gripes with it. But most of those small gripes, I think, can be easily improved upon. I also feel like it's a bit easy, but this is also, like, I've been pretty careful. And this is only the first mountain. There's 3 difficulty levels, and FG beat the first mountain on her second attempt and has since been getting absolutely fucking wrecked by the harder difficulties, so. Okay, so it's going to be clear tonight, which is actually good. That does mean it'll be colder. Yeah, this game released not too long ago on Steam. It's a full release. It's not an early access title or anything. So that's a power up there, or possible loot pickup. Let's cancel movement and go this way. Go up that. Because like min-maxing your routes very much affects your energy. Even though a route could take more time and cause you to lose more body temperature, it's like, at least in my situation on this run, I have to be very careful with my energy. Very much try to maximize my routes as best I can. Oh my god. Good luck. Oh, also, let's stop here. And I will turn on the edge, which prevents critical interruption events. Oops, too late. Sprained my ankle again. That's like my third sprained ankle this run. It's okay, though. We're actually not losing that much energy. Hopefully this can be helpful. Yada, 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 shrine. Okay, pray for health or pray for energy. Pray for energy, please. That's basically the route that I was going to take anyway. So I think we'll just do that. It's really good that we got that energy back from that because it's basically nulling out the effects of the sprained ankle, at least temporarily. There's ice up here, meaning I could probably swap over to the crampons pretty soon. Discover a chest. Dig out the chest. That's a lot of energy. I think I'm just going to continue. But yeah, no, this game controls actually really smoothly. I'm going to go that way. I don't know, chat. What do you guys think of this game from the little bits that I played? Like, I played quite a bit last night, but it's kind of hard to tell what people think of games late at night. Swap out to snowshoes. I mean, maybe they used rock climbing equipment in Lego Star Wars. It has wrapped your attention. Is that a good thing? What I want to see is like how much variation is there from run to run. Right? Like that's the sort of thing that I'm curious to see. I mean, this is just your hobby, right, Jellybud? You enter a cave. It's dry and sheltered from the wind. Further back, you see a tunnel leading into the darkness. I lose a lot of sanity when I do that, so because I don't have a flashlight, so we're just gonna lie down and sleep. Sleep long, as long as I can. Also, because sleeping long will make that go down. Stupid sprained ankle. Cool, so we only have 9 hours until sprained ankle's better. All right, what's the recommended route? So it will give you the fastest route, but definitely not the optimal route. So when we hit here, I'm going to have to swap. Well, actually, I should pause here. Swap these out for these. And then swap back to snowshoes when I hit that. Yeah, you run, but I mean, I like hiking, so I'm not a mountaineer, but I like hiking. I've seen all of the events already, though. That's like a big complaint I have is all of the events are very samey. Breathing exercise gives you extra oxygen in exchange for body temperature. Power through uses a lot of extra oxygen, but gives you a lot of energy. That's like in case of fucking emergency right there. I'm actually going to go this way because those are all danger spots. You stand under the skeleton of old trees. And disarm traps, which use a lot of sanity. But I got a hiking staff. So this is time cost when climbing specifically. So long periods of flat, swap to that maybe. And swap to this. Cool, we do have the... Also, hello, pack. Just want to check this game out. Yeah, this game's, like I said, it's neat. It's neat. You've encountered a cloaked mountaineer. He points at your flask and holds his hands together. Oh, fuck it. I'll give it to him. Give him the hot tea. The mountaineer bows and continues on his way. I gain some sanity and a bunch of XP. I've done other events that have like led into other events later, so I have a feeling it's probably not a bad idea. 6.3 hours until that. We could go there, but there's another one up there, so I think we'll actually go for that sleeping spot. Swap to boots. Stay on the rocks. Never mind. Gonna go around that. Oh, come on. I don't know. I think that this game is just such a neat example of what you can do with video games. And that's always something that will be interesting to me. You encounter the cloaked mountaineer again. He is holding a vacuum flask in his hands. When he passes it to you, and he pulls out some herbs and a torch and offers them to you. Alternatively, okay, so I can either get the flask back or I could get herbs and a torch. Take the tea and the herbs. Tea and the torch. I think I'm going to take the tea and the torch. Assuming I can fit this shit. Oh boy. Hold on. Can I eat this? Am I really going to use this? No, probably not. Hey, Vadtech. Sorry, I was reading things. Gain some sanity. There's a bear cub. You peer into a dark cave in a rock face and you meet an overpowering stench of death and decay. At the back of the cave, you don't just make out a bulky shape of something enormous, probably an animal carcass. And as you leave, you hear a faint whimper. You venture into the mouth of the cave and you discover a bear cub looking up at you with terrified eyes. Fuck it. I help the cub. As you approach the animal, it retreats into the cave, disappearing into darkness. You know its chances of survival are slim. That's just nature's way. Brutal and beautiful at the same time. Cool. I'm going to go up to this cave and we're going to go sleep. Because I have to rest as much as I can before I start losing oxygen. I follow the smell. That's a lot. You follow the smell and you hear a growl. Fear wells up before you. Before you can react, something bites your leg. Cursing pain. And you flee from the cave. Welp. That sucks. Should have just slept. I should have just fucking slept. Pretty decent route, though. Just looking for the next cave. Gonna continue. I don't want to track down any more wild animals. I say, please, no more broken ankles. Open the hatch. Oh my god. Clear a path through a straggly patch of brush, and you hear a dull metallic thud as your boots make contact with a round hatch in the ground. Fuck it. Got a secret achievement for doing that. Just as you turn away from the hatch to leave, you hear a clattering and a squeaking from inside. Reflexively, you take a step back as the hatch bursts open. A disheveled-looking old man in a uniform appears. You're now staring right down the barrel of his gun. Try to calm the man down. Before you can react, the stranger lowers his weapon and smiles at you. You don't understand what he's saying, but his tone is friendly, and he gestures to you. You wait a moment, and then he disappears into the darkness. Is the man one of the occupiers that was left behind? A few minutes later, he reappears. He has some equipment. You thank him and continue on your way. Is that just a better oxygen mask? Oh, wow, that really is. Okay, cool. It's a lot of energy I just lost, though. I don't know if that was worth it. Puzzler? They call it a roguelike. Which it kind of is. I wouldn't really call this a puzzle game. I mean, it's a permadeath run-based game. Certainly has puzzle elements to it. I'm looking for caves. There's a cave up that way. It's very far away. It's much more of a strategy game than a puzzle game. Like, there's like puzzle elements to a lot of roguelikes, but this is much more of a strategy game than a puzzle game. It's all about route planning and risk taking. Like, it's almost more of a tactics game. That's a lot of temperature. Snow beneath you gives way. It's a lot of body temperature I just lost. Fortunately, we are still actively gaining body temperature, so we're okay. Thoroughly search the tent. Take a quick look around. Nearby a camp, there is a couple of empty bottled oxygen tanks. I might actually just continue on my journey. I mean, in order to get up that way. Good God. I mean, it's a randomly generated hex grid is the map. Oh boy. I need to rest though. That's the problem. Let's go this way. Can't see what's over here, but we're going this way. Because I can make it further. Fortunately, I'm actually like not losing any energy walking on this stone, so that's good. You know what? Screw it. Let's go up this way. Should have gone down. Would have used less energy. Oh well, too late. It's a pretty small team, too. Like, this is a very recent release indie game. You encounter a goat. Feed it some canned food. Approach it in a friendly manner. Get XP. 20% sanity gain. Refocus. Gain some sanity. Is that just a passive? I'm gonna take that. Sometimes these let me regain energy, so we'll see if we get a little lucky going up to this peak. Nope, but I did get sanity back. All right, we need to rest here. This is the last use of my tent. Chat, could I get a round of Fs for my poor tent? And if you feel like being super generous, also a round of beers, hoping I get a new tent. I mean, it's definitely a loose definition of the term roguelike, but it is closer to roguelikes than what most people call a roguelike. I mean, it is true permadeath, for one thing. Climb over the crates, lose some sanity, lose temperature. Let's climb over the crates. Worth it. Get another torch. Like, there's 3 different classes and 3 different difficulties, and the difficulties are unlockable, and that's all of the progression it has. So it doesn't really have any, like, overarching meta progression like a lot of rogue-adjacent games do. So it's kind of truer to the genre in that sense. So yeah, I would say it's closer to what I would describe as a roguelike. I mean, it is non-violent, and so it's kind of a very different game. Like, the ways you interact with the world is very, very, very different than most roguelikes. But yeah, I would call this a roguelike. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's a traditional roguelike, but it's definitely a roguelike. Run into another goat. You once again encounter a common mountain goat. It's standing behind you. Is it trying to warn you? Hide behind the rock too. A large wildcat was going to attack me, but the goat saved me. My biggest issue with this game right now is there's some ways where it's a little hard to discern what you're supposed to be looking at and what you're supposed to be doing. And there's also very frequently repeated events. But the devs have stated that they're going to add new events with their next patch. So if the lack of events is an issue, then that's something that they are addressing. And because every climb of the Insurmountable is 3 peaks, this is the 3rd peak. We did the first 2 last night, and it took me 3 hours. So the game's not short, and it is permadeath. You're not unlocking shortcuts when you finish a peak either, so... Like, this game's not fucking around at all. It takes its difficulty seriously, and I respect that. Regain sanity or energy. I'm leaning towards energy. Energy, please. The berries were safe last time I ate them. So let's eat them again. Sweet. Fuck yeah. We good to go. Just ignore that cave down there. Definitely. Well, I mean, then it would just straight up be like just a hex-based roguelike. But it's not that. It doesn't need to be that. You don't need to be able to kill stuff for it to be a roguelike, right? But yes, I would call this game a roguelike. And an enjoyable one at that. It's also just an interesting game because this is the sort of thing that, like, I would recommend my dad play. Because it's like, nobody makes games like this. Like, how many rock climbing games or mountain climbing games are there? Then find me one that's turn-based and hex-based and generated and replayable. It's like, there's a lot here. Let's free the corpse from the ice. I get drugs. Excellent. Drugs regain a bunch of sanity, but I lose some health. Or herbs. You know what? Since I'm in such a good spot, we're going to actually backtrack. We're going to backtrack and get those two. Is Blue Mountain flower weed? Cough. Herbs. I mean, the first mountain was a fucking cakewalk. Second one, I barely survived, so here we go. As you approach an expansive plateau, you reach a thick fog. Over a depression in the rock, you stare into the gray mass for a while, wondering if it's concealing something. Yeah, sure, why not? You take one step into the fog and find a Dark Souls boss on the other side of it, and it kills you with one hit. And then the fog swirls around you, clouding your vision. As you advance, you hear a hiss, and then a muffled hammering, and then a rattling, and then another hiss. You keep moving forwards, your arms outstretched. The sound gets louder and louder until it becomes deafening. Your ears come into contact with something soft. You grab it and turn back. You emerge from the fog, and the noise stops. Did you imagine it? Maybe you're suffering from severe altitude sickness, but you're holding a bag in your hands. It's equipment. A thunder charm. Oh, it's gear. Minus 30% energy cost on all terrain. Holy shit, that's huge. Minus 1 sanity hour per while moving. Oh. Minus 1 sanity per hour while resting. Okay. So it slowly kills my sanity, but gives me a huge energy boost. All right, I am not actually going to go for that one, because that's way too far away. I'm also not going to go for that one. Well, actually... Bring botanist friends. Or just be a botanist. That's a hobby I'd love to get into. How you doing, King? It's good to see you, man. I mean, actually, I'm mostly interested in mycology. Mushrooms! There's plenty of caves this way. We're gonna go this way. Thoroughly investigate the camp? Sure. Shit ton of XP. I'm gonna take that. Losing less health just seems like a good thing. I live somewhere where shrooms go. We have some of the biggest mushroom fields and like mushroom colonies in the world, actually. Not edible ones, but like, I just like finding mushrooms. Nearby a camp, there's a couple empty oxygen tanks. You could take the time to search the tents. Sure, that's not a lot of loss. Get another oxygen tank. I don't need it, though. It's for ice. Gonna drink my tea. Play inventory Tetris. Shit. So many plants and flowers and fun things to find out while you're hiking. But, like, also don't eat stuff when you're out hiking. This one makes me move faster. The other one gives me better luck. Carefully climb, it takes more time. Fire charm. I think I'm just going to leave that. Because I don't have any problems with body temperature, especially at night. Because I have a bunch of perks that are all based on body temperature. There's a little bit of health, nothing major. Northern Lights, beautiful. During the day? Weird. You're still doing. I know that feel. Can relate, man. Fucking relatable. Sure. Reach into the hole full of spiders. My arm gets covered with spiders. I get stuff I don't need. Boo. Yeah, there's not a huge amount of loot variety. That's another issue that I'm starting to run into. I think I'm gonna lie down and sleep. Sleep long. It's more important than exploring the cave. I've seen enough bad outcomes in caves. Like, look at this game, though. It's just fucking beautiful. I see a definitely a bald eagle, and I regain a bunch of sanity. That is a fuck ton of energy. Let's try it. What? Of pine cones or sap, eh? Flock of migratory birds. Get a bunch of sanity and XP back. Worth. You can go down and sleep in that cave. It's gonna snow tonight, though. Or rather, tomorrow. I mean, I don't know the joys of that because I don't have any botanist friends. Although my mom's a bit of a botanist, but not that kind of botanist. My mom will tell you what it is and what it does, but it will also say don't eat it. Because she's my mom. It's like, I'm a scientist, not that kind of scientist. When you level up, you gain perks. And active abilities. Like all of these abilities, like I started off with sprint. That's my class ability. But all of these abilities, so Master Climber, minus 40% energy on all terrain. Warm up, uses energy, exchange for body temperature. On the edge, prevent critical interruption events. And power through, which I just picked up. Fuck, I should have used Master Climber. I guess we'll do that after this. Stay and look around. Get a bunch of XP. But yeah, when you level up, you only get XP from events. And almost all events, even if they have a negative outcome, will give you XP. Give you the perks, which are very important. We're going to go to that cave right there and sleep. Weird. A stranger suddenly appears and gives you a weird box. You open the box, you get oxygen. Well, I mean, hate to break it to you there, bud, but that's kind of not that useful. So I will get rid of the torch and take the oxygen. Well, I have to go over it, so. Instead, forget in your car and dry up and give you a headache with their fumes. Oh no! Sounds like you're saying that with experience, though. That's a lot of body temperature that I lose on that. I think I'm just gonna keep the one charm that I have. So this is a level up that we just got. So now I can pick one of the 4 perks. Sanity gain. Lose less health on negative outcomes. There's ice over there, so I could put on the crampons. Can perks level up? Yep. No, never, really. You walk along a rock face and find something unusual. In disbelief, there's a heavy steel door. Walk through the door. Try to force the door. Continue down the main passageway. I mean, I'll get to sleep soon. Let's continue down the main passageway. Lose temperature, get a bunch of experience. There's a thing that lets you force the door without using as much XP. Lie down and sleep, because I don't want to run into another fucking bear. Yeah, the writing is a little fucky. I will say that. Like, it's very much a, oh, you don't speak English natively, do you? It's very much that kind of thing. I'm gonna go down there, so I need to climb up higher, but this will use less energy overall. It'll take more time, though. We're gonna scale that ice. Yeah, I think we'll finish this run. Good outcome or bad outcome. Which shouldn't take too long. Probably around halfway through. Still quite a bit of energy loss. And then if people are interested, we'll play more Plague Tale Innocence. And then it'll be standard rules for Plague Tale. Bits and tips unlock more chapters. Like, look at the difference between just scaling that and going up this. It's like, it's huge. It's like that costs quite a bit. This actually costs more. So that's actually more optimal. So I could swap to boots. Save a little bit of energy on this. Do this event and then go over the shrine over there. Hey, switch the backpack. Yeah, let's take sanity instead. Get XP. We'll go here. Swap to snowshoes. You lose almost absolutely no energy because I'm on the snowshoes. Swap back to boots. Go grab this. We're gonna have to do some real steep scaling up here. Cool. Best of luck on the invests, guys. You know, this game gives me, like, This War of Mine vibes, kind of. But, like, less dark. The air is getting thin. Ivy. I ascend as quickly as possible, which gives me the perk. Minus 50% energy cost on all drain, which I think I'm going to go for. There's also... there's various different perks that give you different energy costs. Or various temporary buffs that you can swap to, rather. Oh no, I took the wrong way. It's okay though. I can swap to crampons for that ice tile. Now I have an oxygen timer, yeah. It's not a death timer, but it's an oxygen timer. Fortunately, if this hits 0, then my HP starts going down. If my oxygen gets too low, I've got 3 oxygen tanks that all give me plus 35 oxygen, and I should also swap over to this, which I gain plus 0.75 oxygen per hour, which isn't going to equal gained oxygen, but it'll significantly dampen the amount that I lose. Swap to crampons for the ice. Swap to boots. And we can nap here. So I lose 25 oxygen and a shit ton of body temperature sleeping here. But I think that that's worth it for the energy. All right. Got the boots on. Yeah, once you hit above 6,000 meters, you go to the death zone, which is there isn't enough oxygen to survive indefinitely. Right now I'm trying to debate as to whether or not it's worth it to go up to that peak. I'm going to continue on my journey. I like the... Ooh, that's a lot of energy loss. Rip everybody who lost. Hot streaks for some people are ending, it looks like. I'm going to go down to here, swap my shoes. Fortunately, the flat ground makes stuff a lot easier. You know what? Let's just save all of our energy and just not do negative things. Let's do that instead. A little bit better on the energy. Got 53 oxygen. We gotta get up to the top. Top is a win, though. Once you get to the top, we win. As far as I can tell. Hey, Zest. Trying not to. How you doing? Got another episode of Long Death as of today. Done. So, getting back on that train. Gain health back, gain warmth back. Give me the warmth, please. Continue my journey. I think we're just gonna go. Could have gone back and slept, but instead I'm gonna go this way. I'm not gonna walk over that rock. I'm gonna go up that way. It's a lot of energy, but then we'll dip back down into there and we'll sleep there. Although I might actually just use the oxygen tank up here. But to kind of answer Ducky's question, that's our top. We have to get up to the Northern Lights. Huff some oxygen. Walk over the tile accidentally that I didn't really mean to walk across. It's okay. Lie down and sleep. Sleep long, lose 25 oxygen, some body temperature, but gain a lot of energy back, which is what we need. game also kind of has Oregon Trail vibes. Just, you know, going on a large, impossible journey that you'll never succeed on. Kind of has that vibe. I like it. Fuck. We got a ways to go. Good God. Trying not to walk on tiles I don't need to. Trying to be as direct and efficient as possible. Actually, ironically, for the first two peaks, you do have to go back down. I'm not sure if you have to go back down on the third one. FG said you don't, but I don't know if I trust her. On a giant sled? Yeah, you just bobsled down the other side. Fuck yeah, man. I'm regretting giving away that tea. Do, however, have this. Which I think I'm going to use. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Temperature is easier on the body now. Oh, come on. Can't afford either of those. Guess we'll quickly pull ourselves up. Well, I have no choice. Take them crampons. Pray for me, chat. Look out for that rock. Thanks, man. Doing my best. Although we're very close to the top, so shout outs to that. Once you actually start, like, climbing, you climb. You know what? I'm going to put on that now. Give myself the oxygen. Swap out for this. So this charm that I just equipped, -1 sanity per hour when moving, minus 30% movement cost on all terrain. So I use way less energy, but it's hard on the brain. Swap to crampons. Attempt to jump. I've literally never failed that. It's like, oh, there's a big crack in the ground. I've literally never failed it. One of these days I will, and I'll be sad. FG on her first run died one tile before the end of the second mountain. So we'll see. I mean, I could go for that and sleep up there, because I do have a good amount of oxygen. Although I don't actually have enough energy to make it up that right now. What, this? Probably. We're okay, though. Swapping out more body temperature for more effective movement. Ay, 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 ay. Fuck. I need to sleep. At least I got plenty of oxygen. Sleep briefly. It's worth it. Now all my abilities are up again. Okay. Let's just go there first. And then swap to boots. This is tense as fuck. I don't know about you guys, but... Swap to crampons. Although that's not ice. That's the wrong thing for crampons. I should use boots. Okay, so we're going to go there and then swap to crampons. This is it. We're almost there yet. This is pod racing, chat. Yeah, as long as you go slow and think, this game feels very fair. My hands are sweating, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm kind of freaking out. Let's get my heart going. It's such a, like, calm game, but... I had someone yesterday say that this game would kill them with anxiety, and I was like, you know, I kind of see where you're coming from there, but... Oh, it ended? Oh, no. I'm sure it'll come back. They have to take it down every so often. But they've been streaming on that channel for 52 days, almost nonstop, so I'm sure it'll come back. That uses far less energy. Cool. Got the right boots on. Let's go. This game also gives me almost a sense of vertigo when looking down it. We'll play normal speed now instead of faster speed. Out of nowhere, a stranger suddenly appears. He's clad in furs, and his face is visible amidst his heavy garments. Looks sallow as you approach. Hands a small parcel wrapped in leather. Snow boots, high quality. Meaning I can get rid of my snowshoes. Excellent. Thanks, man. Don't think we'll need that. Is this the summit of all summits? Did you make it to the top alive? Or is it a dream? A hallucination? Brought to you by a lack of oxygen to the brain. The mountain whispers to you again. You have proven yourself worthy, as no other has done. You have become immortal. And I got a bunch of achievements. You wave. A wave of joy courses through you as you realize you are really here. The mountain isn't your enemy. It's your partner. You are never here to conquer it. You are filled with pride and gratitude. Tears pour down your cheeks of joy. And the tears of sadness. What a challenge. What an adventure. You could ever surpass this experience. What comes next? You suddenly feel as though you are made of lead, and your eyelids start to droop. This isn't the time to be making new plans right now. You just want to sleep for eternity. You sacrificed so much. The hardships you suffered can hardly be put into words. But you've made it to the annals of the greatest of the mountaineers. Your name will never be forgotten. They even left the mask on. What? Excuse me? That's a weird way to end it. So if I continue, where does it boot me back to? Felt like it bugged out. Let's try that again. Yeah, looked like it bugged out. Okay. 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 There you go. That time it worked. Huzzah for autosave. Okay, so I gained 2 scars, which are the debuffs that you deal with throughout the final equipment. Skills, stats, and score. Yeah, that did look like a bug. Unlock difficulty. Congratulations, you unlocked the hard difficulty. Is there like a stats screen or anything, or like a high score screen? I kind of wish that there was like a global high scores or something. Thank God for autosaves indeed, yeah. I think I really like this game. That was a pretty short session because we were just finishing. That was normal. That was the easy difficulty. So here, I'll go to start a new difficulty, a new run actually. So I'll just show you what the start of the game looks like. There's 3 classes. So I guess I'd play through on a different one. Okay, and you have to unlock it for each class. Interesting. But yeah, it's normal, hard, and insurmountable. So that was normal difficulty. There's hard and insurmountable. Granted, I just beat the game on my first run. So there is that. So now in theory, I could take the adventurer class, which is the same class I just played, which is this person. And I could play hard. A bigger challenge. Increase difficulty and your resources deplete faster. Oh boy. The mountains, environments, weathers are deadlier. Hard run time? I don't know if I want to do another run of this today. I just wanted to finish that run. One thing at a time. I think actually what I'm going to wait for with this game is I'm going to wait for a patch. Because they've said the next update is going to add a shit ton more events. And as you may have noticed, I was skipping through dialogue like crazy because I've seen it all. So I'm gonna wait for their first patch, and then I think we'll attempt a hard run of this. So a little bit later down the line. But I do quite like this game. I do quite enjoy it. So I will definitely come back and play more of it. But it's very much because like patch at the end of the month. Yeah, here. This is on Steam. All right, everyone. We're back working at the game again. Last week, we've been evaluating feedback, and it was a lot. So they're going to add quality of life features, movement changes, UI improvements, and some text changes. More variations in events, new items, and a bit more variety in map generation, and some more skills and bug fixes. So I'm going to wait for that. Once this patch is out, we'll do more of this. But till then, I think it's wise to wait. Like, I just wanted to finish the run that I'd started. I mean, I've put 4 hours into this game, so one run is 4 hours. Like, a run of this game isn't short. I mean, the game's $20. So if a single run is 4 hours, and let's just say that you play the base difficulty on each character, like, that's 12, assuming you beat it each time the first time, that's 12 hours of gameplay there. Like, there's quite a lot here. So I will play more of this, for sure. At the very least, like, beat every class on the easy difficulty, or the normal difficulty, rather. But I think I'm gonna wait for that update. I'm going to wait for that next patch, because, like, I think that kind of the reviews are saying this too. It's like, it's a really, really, really fucking cool idea, but it feels kind of like it's not missing things, but like they can do more with this, and I want to do more of this. So I will play more of this game. But I want that patch out first, especially considering, like, the ending just fucking bugged out, right? Like, it's a little rocky, pun intended. Yeah, I think the stream's not done. I'm just gonna change games again. But we're gonna go continue A Plague Tale, if that's okay with all of you. Also, looks like the lava live stream's back up past it. But yeah, no, the last mountain actually seems like it's the shortest, because you just need to get to the top. Oh, the other two you need to get back down.